Hi. So last week on American television, there were two shows on network television that had bisexual themes to them. And they were so great that I have to talk to you about them. But before I do, I'll mention that today's video is sponsored by my latest bisexual merchandise, which are lapel pins in the bisexual color flag colors. More about that at the end of the video. Until then, let's talk about some great American television. The first one being The Orville. The Orville is a show, it's a sci-fi show in the theme of Star Trek and Star Trek Next Generation. And it stars Seth MacFarlane, who you might know from The Family Guy. He plays the dog and the baby in The Family Guy, and American Dad. He created American Dad. He created The Cleveland Show. He starred in the movie like A Million Ways to Die in the West, and also Ted. He executive produced that movie and played the voice of Ted. So this is a very, very well-known guy. Hosted award shows, stuff like that. So Seth MacFarlane on this show plays the captain of the Orville. And just to kind of bring you up to speed on how the series began. The pilot episode was, it showed Seth MacFarlane's character coming home and finding his wife in bed with a blue man. And Seth MacFarlane can't take this. He decides to divorce her, and very quickly his life falls apart. Later on in the episode, he gets awarded the captain's seat in a new ship, the Orville. And there are no first mates that are willing to work with him. So who is the only first mate available? Well, it's his ex-wife. So now the two are forced to work together, and comedy and drama ensues. But throughout the series, they start getting along better and better, until finally they're almost friends. And then what happens last week? Well, there's an emergency out somewhere, and they need a geobiphysicist or whatever. And the only one in the region that they can get there in time, because it's an emergency situation, happens to be who? Well, it's the same blue dude that slept with his ex-wife and destroyed his marriage. So the blue dude comes on board, and what happens within hours of him coming on board? Well, Seth MacFarlane's ex-wife sleeps with him again. And Seth MacFarlane's character can't believe this. Like, what are you doing? This is the one thing that she knew that she could do that would drive him insane. And there it was. She decides she's in love with this blue dude, and Seth MacFarlane is just livid. So Seth MacFarlane goes to confront the blue dude for coming on and doing this really horrible thing again. And as he's there talking to him, Seth MacFarlane's character starts to realize, oh wait, this dude is actually kind of cool. Oh wait, this dude actually has something about him that he's kind of finding hard to resist. And by the end of the scene, Seth MacFarlane is inviting him out for drinks. And if you think drinks are just drinks, well, you should check out this scene right here.
Okay, I'm confused. Do you want to bang Derulio?
Bang, be banged? Why are you so hung up on labels, man?
So clearly, Seth MacFarlane has a little bit more on his mind than just getting drinks with this dude. And the rest of the episode is basically a competition between Seth MacFarlane's character and his wife, with them fighting over this blue dude who happens to be played by Rob Lowe. So, by the end of the episode, well, this happens.
Where is the captain?
Internal scan shows he is in his quarters.
Orders to Captain Mercer. Bridge to Captain Mercer. Please respond.
Don't answer. I'm not here.
And yes, with the towel, with the hair, the after sex shower towel hair thing, we know that Seth MacFarlane did indeed sleep with this dude. But as time goes on, the crew realizes that the blue dude is actually emitting a pheromone, which is causing everyone to, want to sleep with him. Or sleep with each other. So eventually the crew comes up with an antidote. And you would think at this point, since Seth MacFarlane is the lead male character on the show and everyone's supposed to look up to him and all that stuff, that he would kind of reject the whole idea of him having sad sex with a dude. But instead, they end the show like this.
Well, everything looks good, Captain. How you feeling?
I'm fine. A little weirded out, but otherwise fine.
Seth MacFarlane is saying that it's weird, but he's not saying what's weird. It leaves it open to the audience. It could be weird that he had sex with a dude because, let's say, he wasn't bisexual. That could be why he said it was weird. It could be weird because having sex with a dude is fine, but it's the fact that he had sex with his ex-wife's lover that broke up his marriage that was weird. It could have to do with the fact that he fell in love with a dude. It could be the fact that he just was manipulated in this way and he had no control over himself. They leave it open in such a perfect way that they're not insulting bisexuals. They're acknowledging, like, these things happen, and they just leave it at that. It's a great show. I've been watching it from the first episode. If nothing else, check out last week's episode. But that wasn't the only show the bisexual theme last week. There was another show, this one on the CW, called Jane the Virgin. So the premise of the show, Jane the Virgin, is Jane was very religious and Catholic, and she was a virgin, and she goes into the doctor's office one day thinking she's going to have one procedure, and she ends up being impregnated artificially with someone else's baby. So she became Jane the Virgin, as if she were, the Virgin Mother. And that was what the first season or two were about. But it's been a couple of seasons now, so time has gone on. So now the show is just basically about her raising her son, and also, just having a personal life and trying to find love. And recently, Jane started going out with a guy. That guy is played by the teen heartthrob, Tyler Posey. He was a lead actor on Teen Wolf on MTV. So Tyler Posey's character one day is with Jane, and Jane's friends are getting married. So the two couples are together, and the male of the other couple looks at Tyler Posey's character and says, I feel like I know you. And Tyler Posey's character says, I feel like I know you too. And then the other guy says, New York? Are you from New York? He's like, yeah, I'm from New York. He says, oh, wait. Oh, I think you dated a friend of mine. And then he takes his phone out and shows a picture. And Tyler Posey comes over and says, you're right, I did date them. And then Jane comes over and says, oh, she's kind of cute. And Tyler goes, oh, not her, him. I'm bisexual. Do you have a problem with that? And the thing is, the reason why this is, I think, the best coming out episode ever of any show ever is because Jane says she doesn't have a problem with it, but she does. Like, she genuinely has a problem with it, but she doesn't just come out and say she has a problem. She says she doesn't have a problem, then clearly from that point forward, she has a problem. And you might think, well, why is this such a great episode? It's because this show addresses all of the stereotypes, all of the things that women say and think about dating a bisexual dude, including the fact that for much of the episode, after she kind of admitted that she was upset, she said, oh, I'm not upset because he's bisexual or anything like that. I'm upset because he waited so long to tell me. Because that is what so many women say when they find out that their husband, boyfriend, whatever else, is bisexual. I thought that was so brilliant. But it doesn't stop there. By the end, there is a scene like this.
Can we talk? So yeah, it wasn't that you waited a long time to tell me, it was what you told me. Which became pretty clear after I tried to kiss Lena.
What?
I know, there's a momentary lapse of judgment. But you're obviously right. I did freak out. I guess I just have questions, which are silly and stupid.
And then Tyler Posey's character then answers all of Jane's questions about dating a bisexual. So this episode, which is on the CW, which also has Legends of Tomorrow with a bisexual character in it, which also has Supergirl with a gay character in it, which also has the 100 with a lead bisexual character in it, this show on the CW then proceeds to talk about all the things that goes into dating a bisexual dude. I tell you, this is the best coming out episode for bisexuality ever on television. I will go that far because Lord knows I have never seen anything this good. Not The Great Indoors from last year, not Madam Secretary, nothing. So I suggest you check it out. I watched the Jane the Virgin for the first season. It was fun and I laughed a ton. And actually watching this episode again, I realized just how funny this show is. So check it out. If nothing else, check out the bisexual episode from last week. And also check out the Orville from last week as well. So that's it. I hope you like that. And now, I'd like to tell you about some new bisexual merchandise that I have. Along with my bisexual t-shirts, best-selling bisexual t-shirt on Amazon, I have now lapel pins in the bisexual flag colors. That's a heart. I'll try and get you to see that there. That's a heart. And then this one is my own personal creation. It's the word pride with the bi flag colors in it. So if you'd like to support the channel, you can check them out. They are the least expensive bisexual lapel pins on Amazon. You can get them on Amazon. And by getting these, you help to support the channel. So please check out the lapel pins. They're in the same link for my t-shirts as those. You can just click on one link and check out everything. And please do. Also, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I do many videos on bisexual topic. I don't do them necessarily on a regular basis, but I try to do them every Sunday. But if you want to know when a new video comes out, just click on the subscribe button, then click on the bell, and by doing that, you'll be telling YouTube that you'd like to know when a new video comes out. Until the next video, stay cooler, my bisexual friend. Stay cooler. And check out my bisexual lapel pins. They're kind of cool. Bye.